I'm telling you now, it's not Ruben Amorim that is the issue. I'm telling you, it is the owners that has put us in the situation we are. They put us in debt, like over $1 billion in debt. Ruben didn't do it. Why we keep sacking managers? Like you said about changing system. We can't play in any system. We can't play a 4-4-3. We tried it under Ten Hag. Like, there's no manager. I'm telling you now, there's no manager will succeed at the club with these owners. No one. Pep wouldn't succeed here. Klopp wouldn't. Slot wouldn't. Mourinho didn't. Like Arsene Wenger wouldn't. Ferguson, Sir Alex won't succeed now if he was still in charge. The club has the owners has put the club to the ground. They burnt the club to the ground. They don't give a damn about the club. All they care about is that. Like, fans buying tickets for the game, buying shirts, merchandise, all that's going in their pocket. And that's all they care about. If they really cared about this club, they would have sold up years ago. We can't always blame the managers for the way it is. Under different owners, you don't know how the managers that we've had would have been. Yeah, fair enough. Ollie didn't succeed to where he was, Batistas, and Ten Hag didn't succeed at Leverkusen. But that doesn't mean they're not going to get another job and succeed though. Like, these owners has put the club the way it is. Like, they're saying about Ruben's tactics, Ruben's system, Ruben's this. The owners knew, Glazers and Ineos knew this when they appointed him. They knew his system, they knew his tactics, they knew this, they knew that. Like, Ruben didn't even want to come till the summer. And now you're just putting him to a side like that. Like, he didn't get backed in the summer. Yeah, 200 mil on players. Yeah, they are good players. Kuna and Bruno. But the problem is, you're buying 2 attacking midfielders when you got Bruno there, Mount there. Yeah, Mount's injured half the time, fair enough. Right? But you're buying another attacking midfielder, but then if one of them don't play, be moaning, why is he not playing? Why? Thing is, so we can't win like the midfield. The only thing I agree with what people saying, Menu should be starting every game. But who should his partner be? We should have. Thing is, Ruben asked for a midfielder. We went for Conor Gallagher. Atletico wanted to sell him. Our Ineos and Glazer was like, oh, I don't want to do that. We want to do the loan option to buy. Like, we was in for Baliba, and then because of the amount he was, we backed off. Like, and then like, where's the money coming from for second? Apparently we've got no money, but yet we're sacking staff left, right and centre. Innocent staff, like, who won't have a clue that they're going to get sacked, so they've not got another job lined up, ready. So how's that fair? Is that on Ruben as well? Is that Ruben's fault? I'm telling you, Ruben and his system ain't the issue. I'm telling you now. If we got all our targets that we wanted, that Ruben asked for, like I said, he wanted an experienced keeper, didn't get one. But then you're saying Martinez was at home waiting, and like Lemens. That just proves it though. The Ineos, the Glazers, has chosen, the owners has chosen it, that inexperience over the experience. Same with the striker. With Watkins, he's experienced, but chosen the inexperience. My point proven. We would have done a better job if we had Watkins, Martinez, or another keeper like Costa or something, or Cobble, names like that, or even if we went for seriously went in for Donnarumma. We weren't in for Donnarumma because the owners already seen how much he was worth. I didn't want nothing to do with it. That is why we got Lemens, because he was on the cheap. So Martinez wanted to come, Watkins wanted to come, Believer wanted to come. Right? They said, they want to get players who want to come to the club. 3 players there named wanted to come to the club. Not one of them would come in. Yeah, fair enough. Seshko chose us over Newcastle. The men's chose us over AC Milan, and then another team, I think it was Villa. I think Villa was after him if we got Martinez, but he just wanted United. Like, you can't always just put the blame on the manager. Yeah, managers make mistakes. Ruben isn't the only manager who does mistakes. Pep's done mistakes. Klopp's done mistakes. Slot's done mistakes. Ancelotti's done mistakes. Mourinho's done mistakes. Wenger's done mistakes. List goes on. You have to learn from the mistakes. But right, okay. Bruno doesn't play in midfield. Where's he playing? Like, come on, where's he playing? Because you don't want to drop Mbeumo. You won't want to drop Kuna. You don't want to drop Ahmad. So where's Bruno meant to play? You don't want Ugarte to play. You don't want Casemiro to play. So there's a midfield. That's one midfield down. What are you going to do? Play without an actual centre midfield? Well, I don't know. It's not a centre midfield, but play without a midfielder in though. Like, right? Okay. Look at the squad. Right. Look at the squad, and you go in Ruben shoes. The squad you've got. Like, Ahmad couldn't play today because of personal reasons. Maswari was injured. Martinez was injured. I get today's game, Euro should have started over Maguire. Yeah, I get that. I get your point on that. But the thing is, what's he meant to do when he's not getting his targets? When the owners say no. He can't do nothing. He can't win. Because if he takes Bruno, if he takes, like I said, if listens and then puts Bruno in number 10, like I said, who are you taking him off for? Who's going to be dropped? You can't. It's hard. That's why we shouldn't have got both Kuna and Mbeumo until we knew 100% Bruno was going. And I 100% agree Bruno should have gone in the summer. I 100% agree with that. But he didn't. He decided to stay at the club. So that's the case. We didn't need both Kuna and Mbeumo. We should have just got the one. And invest in the midfield. Invest in a wing back. Invest in an experienced keeper. Experienced striker. Then we wouldn't be in this position, I don't think. We would be in a so much better position. Like, but he's not even been in the club for a year and you're already going at him. This is the problem with modern football these days. They don't give managers time. He's only had one transfer window. He's got rid of quite through Deadwood. He got rid of Anthony. He's got rid of Garnacho. Rashford's gone on loan. Right? Sancho's gone on loan. It's not necessarily them clubs going to buy them players. Like, Onana's on loan. Like, he has come in and done stuff at the club what other managers wouldn't have done. Because you're telling me, like, we would have had another manager in and they wouldn't have got rid of Onana. They wouldn't have got rid of... They might have liked Garnacho. They might have liked Rashford, Sancho, this, that, and other. But they didn't want to be at the club. Well, I didn't... Onana wanted to, but obviously we got rid. Like... Just because the season's not started off well, like, he's not had a full season. He came in last November and he clearly told the club he didn't want to come in. When he came in, he wanted to come in the summer. So, but he got told it's now or never. So he's basically got forced to come to a club earlier than he wanted. And that's on the owners. Like, you're telling me Pep, Klopp, Slot, Arteta, Enzo Maresca, I'm not saying he's a thingy, but would put up with the owners that we've got. They would have walked by now. And I don't blame if Ruben does walk. And I don't care if I'm the only one who's Ruben in, because I am Ruben in. Because it's not him, he's not the issue. You've had this issue within the club way before Ruben come in. We've sacked Moise, we've sacked Jose, we've sacked Van Gaal, we've sacked Ryan Giggs, we've sacked Holly, we've sacked Ten Hag. Like, Jose's tried telling them what players like thingy. They didn't listen to Jose. So what do you expect, right? What you actually expecting? We sack Ruben and we go straight back up, we go straight up? No. That's not going to happen. The players will have to get used to hit that new manager's style of play. Like, they've not even got used to Ruben yet. You got to give the players and the managers time to adjust. Like, he's still a young manager, crying out loud. Like, I get results are not coming our way yet. But, like, come on. Years and years ago, like, Ferguson, when he was appointed, he didn't start well. He was on verge of getting the sack. And before you said, no, I'm not comparing Ruben and Sir Alex, but it's a similar situation. He was on verge of getting the sack. And look what he ended up. Like, that's the problem. Like, no one gives managers time these days. No one. Like, if to lose, the managers can only do so much. the players perform on the pitch. So you're like today's game. Was it Ruben's fault that Cunha didn't pass ball to Bruno in the first half? Was it Ruben's fault Bruno missed a penalty? Like, was it Ruben's fault Bienda can't catch a ball? Yeah, he did pretty good saves today, but in other games, you complain about keepers. You keep like thinking like you can't win. Can't win. And it's wrong that managers have to get the blame all the time. Like, the players do get paid to perform on the pitch. Yeah. Who's performed? Like, the managers don't play it on the field. The players do for thinking like we not got good enough players for the system. That's why the owners should have backed him proper and rightly. They've not backed him right. Like January, they brought Dorgu in. What's he gonna do? And I don't think he's that good, to be truthful. He's had a few good games. Like, who should, like, no wonder he has to keep swapping players in and out most of the time to try and work out stuff. Like, you try to do his job. Like, yeah, he could change the system. What would happen if he changed the system? And that doesn't work out. We get a new manager. That don't work out. We're going to be back to this square one all the time. All the time. And you know it. You know damn well I've got a point here. And I get some of your points as well. I'm not saying I don't. But you've got to understand where I'm coming from as well. Like, how many managers are we going to get? We're going to sack till... We can't keep affording sacking managers. Like... We won't know until a big change at the club, and that's with owners going. And we get another set of owners. Like, you don't know if the club will change. The club will not. You won't see any successful at this club with the owners we've got. Yeah, maybe one-off FA Cup, Carabao Cup. That's not good enough. Like, the thing is, was it Ruben's fault? Was it Ruben's fault when we went undefeated in... Hang on a minute. I'm going to ask this question, right? You're saying it's his system. It wasn't his system when we was undefeated in the Europa League last season until the final. It wasn't his system when we beat City at Etihad last December. It wasn't his system when we drew to Liverpool. It wasn't his system when we beat Chelsea last week. It wasn't his system when we beat, like I said, well, yeah, we should be beating Burnley, but I'm Fulham. But I like, come on. Arsenal game. Was it his system when we should have come out with a win than that? Like, we had more shots, more this, that, and other. No. But just because results are not coming our way at this moment in time, you just jump down his throat. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. And like I said, I don't even care if I am the only Ruben Amorim because I am. Because I'm telling you now, it's not him. And I don't, like I said, I hope he does walk and tells the owners to do one. Because they're not backed him. Like, he didn't really want Seshko. Why do you think he's not been playing? Because he didn't want him. Why do you think Lemon's not playing? Because he didn't want him. Like, why do you think Bruno's in the midfield? Because we don't have a midfield, though. And he wanted one. But yet you mourn if Ugarte plays, you mourn if Casemiro plays. You mourn if he'll play over if Bruno plays over Cunha or Mbeumo. Like if the team next week against Sunderland, we put Bruno in for Cunha, and Cunha's on bench. Why Cunha's on bench? If he's starting over Mbeumo, why is Mbeumo on bench? If he's starting over Ahmad, why is Ahmad on bench? Like, what do you want him to do? Like, the best option is Bruno was to go, and he will be going next season, next summer. Like I said, the mistake is getting both Cunha and Mbeumo. Look, it's true. It's true though, because they're causing issues already. They're good players, and I'm glad we got them. But the only way that it would work, but then you still would go, what about Ahmad? What about Mazwawi? What about this player? What about that player? So if you put Mbeumo on the right, and then you could play Bruno, Cunha in the 10s, and then you still would mourn in the midfield. Why is Casemiro starting? Why is Ugarte starting? Yeah, I agree. Over Manu, yes. Manu should be in that midfield no matter what. I 100% agree with that. But you've got to see where I'm coming from as well. Like, yeah, Shaw's playing because we don't have... Because if you put Maguire in, why is Maguire playing over Euro like today? Like, come on, we need to kind of be patient. Tell you now, it will work. Once we get the players, the midfield sorted, a keeper sorted, an experienced striker. Like, there's talks about Harry Kane coming. I don't know. I can't see it coming, but there's talks about him. Like, we don't know what if we'll do anything in January. Yes, we don't know much in January. I agree. In past seasons, but we don't generally know what they're thinking for January. We could be getting a midfield. Yes, it's not going to be Belieber, Walton, that type of players, but we could generally get a midfielder. Like I get, like, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like, I respect everyone's opinion. Like, but you've got to respect mine as well, and what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying, like, watching more stuff and watching things about this. Like, yes, I know people's going to say something because thingy, but I watched the United Stand, Mark Goldbridge and his crew, but they get an actual professional journalist on their channel, Ben Jacobs, and that's where I get some of the information from watching that and listening to Ben Jacobs, who actually gets information about things. And yes, he literally said himself, Ruben hasn't got the players that he asked for. He said that himself. So No, I've not been told. And when I do put stuff like thinking about Ruben Dingy, and people are asking, oh, has he said it? No, he's not said it to me, but I watch stuff about it. I know what I'm coming out with. Yeah, sometimes, and I'm not expecting to be right all the time. Like when I do my predictions, I just like to challenge myself to see if I can get it right. I'm not going to get it right every week, but it's just fun to see if I can, to see how many I get right and wrong. Yes, at the moment I'm getting most of them wrong, but if I get them all right, I'll be rich, because I do sometimes put bets with them. So I'll be rich if I get it all right. It's impossible to get predictions right all the time. Like, yeah, I got it wrong today, but I might get it right next week. Like, but yeah, it's not. It's yeah, he does mistakes, but managers makes mistakes, and yeah, I do. When I do look at the team sheet, I do go, why is Manu not playing? Because I know he should be. But I understand why Fernandes is playing in midfield. Like, what do you want him to do when he's not got backed fully and got the players he's actually asked for? Like, if you've got Belieber will be in midfield. Like before today, right? Before today's game and today's game's thingy, we was 3 points from second. So how, and we was same points as City. So how is that bad? Like, come on. Yeah, we had a bad game against Brentford. Where clearly, maybe, I will 100% back myself here and say, the second goal, the first goal should not have stood. It was a foul on Kuno, and there was well, it looked like it was offside. It might not be, but it was a foul on Kuno. Either way, it shouldn't have got stood. The second goal was a bit unlucky because he did get his hand to it. Just the momentum of the ball took it over the line. Fair enough. And then, obviously, we got to go back after the second one, which you can even say, how will I say, and I said it to my mum. That was kind of lucky the way I think it, because it did look like the ball went out, and then there was a little thingy with Mbeumo taking a player out. So yes, I can go here and go as much as I can go United this like that. I can even say like when things are going wrong. And bingo. Like that game today should have been 1-1. In my opinion. We didn't deserve to win. It was poor. We did not deserve to win. But credit to Brentford. They won the game. They took the chances. The only thing I don't agree with what they did was delaying the penalty. But it is what it is. Like, well, yeah, like, I don't try to come on here and try to argue with people and trying to ding it. And I do respect everyone's comments. I do respect everyone's opinions. I do respect everyone, and and if I seem a bit cocky in some of my comments or anything like that, I'll put my hands up and I apologise. That's not what I meant. That's not what I'm trying to imply, kind of thing. I'm trying to have the banter, try have the thingy, but sometimes some comments gets a bit thingy, I think, and on both parts, in my opinion, me as well. Like, I know a few things I've said in specific comments. I don't agree with myself doing it. I do apologise, but also you got to respect my opinions and my thing as well. Like my opinion, I don't think it's Ruben. I think it's your opinion is Ruben, and it's Ruben. He needs to go. This, that, and other. But you've even been things about people's comments about the owners before, like saying about what, like, protests and stuff, and now it's like, oh, Ruben thing, like, we just can't keep sacking managers. Is that what we've turned into now? We should change our name to Manchester Sack United FC. Instead of Manchester, we should be called Sack FC United. Honestly. Or Sack United FC, sorry. But it is. But yeah, I just thought I'd do this video and thingy, but yeah.